So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are staying safe. So guys, thought I'd do a quick video. So look, Terence Crawford has come out and said once again that he wants to face Canelo Alvarez. He'd be willing to go up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. A lot of people think at this point that Terence Crawford's got to be trolling. He's got to be trolling, wanting to come out and fight Canelo Alvarez 3 weight classes above. And I'd have to say, you know what? It sounds ludicrous. It sounds ludicrous, but Crawford's got nowhere to go, really. If you look at it, who has Crawford got to fight? So I am starting to believe that he is actually serious about fighting Canelo, because I don't really think he's got anywhere to go. I don't think he's got anyone to fight. I think the Canelo Alvarez fight for him probably thinks that, look, it's a roll of a dice. It's an opportunity for him to do something exceptional in boxing and go down as probably one of the greatest fighters ever if he was to pull it off. And he hasn't got much to lose. He's already secured his legacy. People know how good Terence Crawford is. And he probably thinks that he can maybe do a job on Canelo. Now, I don't know whether that'd be a good idea. And I think of recent years, I think there's a lot of examples. And look, Crawford might be better than all those other examples because Crawford is special. But at the end of the day, I feel like size matters, especially when you're going into the ring against another world-class, another solid operator who's got a lot of experience, who's an exceptional talent. It's not like you're going in there with somebody that is ordinary. You're going in there with somebody that you could say, all right, you know, some people may say Crawford is more skilled than Canelo, but he's not a lot more skilled. And that plays a big part. You know, Crawford has been dominating. And if you look at Crawford, he's been dominating, you know, he's dominating everyone. He's been in the ring with some good fighters and he's dominated virtually everybody. And, you know, the biggest shock came when the way he dominated Errol Spence. I mean, that was a shock because most people weren't expecting that fight to be that one-sided. People were 50-50. Some people thought Spence would win. Some people thought Crawford would win. People did think Crawford was the more versatile. And I'd say that he probably went into the fight as a favorite. However, the way he made Spence look so poor was unbelievable. So I think that really took Crawford to another level. I think that fight has taken Crawford to another level. But the fact that it was so easy, maybe Crawford wants to challenge himself and he feels he's a lot more. Because I don't even think Crawford got out of second gear in that fight against Spence. I think it was so easy for him. You know, so is there something else out there for Crawford? And Crawford's thinking maybe a challenge of Canelo Alvarez might be something that he would be very interested in. Now, I just think that fight for Crawford may be a stretch too far. But you know, Crawford right now, he's at the crest of a wave. He just feels he can do anything. But like I said, I've said this before, that I think the Canelo Alvarez fight might be a step too far for Terence Crawford. Even though Terence Crawford is great and how good, you know, we all know how good Crawford is. I just think that might be a little step too far. Just because I think Canelo's too big and he's very skilled. And I think that would be a big problem for Crawford. So, yeah, I'm not so sure that would work out well for Terence Crawford. But, you know, I'm pretty sure there'd be a lot of interest. There'd be a lot of interest in that fight. I think it would do good numbers. And who knows, maybe they could make that a massive success. So, look, I would watch it. I would be interested in it. Would it grow? Would it be a massive fight? Probably, yes. Probably it would be huge. But again, I just think that it's a massive weight jump. And you know, Terence Crawford would be taking a massive risk. But I think it would be one of those fights where if Crawford was to win, he'd probably retire. But I think there's a lot of fights for Canelo. I think Canelo, I don't know whether Canelo would be interested, because Canelo has got a lot of other guys that people want to see him fight. And it'd be one of those fights for Canelo where he wouldn't really have anything to gain. I think he'd have everything to lose, because he'd be fighting a smaller guy and he'd be fighting a very skilled smaller guy. So maybe he might think it's not a challenge worth taking. For Terence Crawford, the cons are that him going up to 168, he would lose all his speed. He would lose all his advantages, which would be speed and movement, because he can't stand and bang with Canelo. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what makes Crawford so confident that he would go up there and beat Canelo. I just don't know what makes him so confident. But maybe he believes in himself. You know, we know that Crawford believes in himself. He's very high on himself. He believes in his skills. But I just don't know whether. I just think this fight would be a step too far. But I'd love to know your opinions. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.